Hello creatives, I'm Joanna Penn from thecreativepenn.com, and today I'm talking about how social media can sell books, because there's a lot of misinformation in this space and a lot of people think that social media is just a waste of time and a time suck and negative, and they want to use it but they don't know how to use it, so I'm going to talk about that today. So first of all, you definitely don't need social media to sell books. It's just one of the many tools that we have in our arsenal. Also, I absolutely agree that social media can be a time suck. So you have to be very careful about how you use it. But if you put some boundaries around what you're going to do with social media, it can be an effective way to sell books, to add another way to reach people. So let's talk about the principles behind selling on social media. And it comes from a classic marketing funnel approach called AIDA, which stands for attention, interest, desire, action. And we're going to go through each of these with an example. So first of all, attention. So it's very hard to get attention these days, obviously, and the way to get attention on social media will depend on your aim. So for example, you will need to put out things that attract your target market. So on Twitter at The Creative Penn, I mostly share useful information for writers. So my aim is to be like a news channel that you want to follow so that you can learn things about what's going on in the writing world, the publishing world, that type of thing. In the same way, this channel aims to be useful. So being useful is a really good thing for non-fiction writers. And then as an example of attention for my last book, The Healthy Writer, I put out pictures of me walking along the canal. Ewan and I made videos, which you can see on this channel, of us doing active things. So for me it was walking, for Ewan it was running, and they're pretty beautiful videos actually, and those videos attracted people who were interested in being a healthy writer. So I also tweeted pictures about my equipment that I was walking or when I was out, lovely canal, lovely aqueduct, the places where I walk. Italy, I've just come back from Italy walking. So those are tangential. It's not pictures of the book actually. It's tangential things that attract people who are interested in that topic. Also tips, so I did blog posts on how to set up your desk, so your standing desk, like I'm standing right now at my standing desk, but we did blog posts around different healthy practices around back pain, and then shared those links on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, that type of thing. So that's the first tip, is to get attention, you have to think about your target market. So let's change it to fiction. With fiction, so for example, End of Days, which is an arcane thriller. It very much has a end of the world type feel, apocalyptic, but not quite apocalyptic. It has a lot of setting in Israel. So we went to Israel, did a research trip. I've been a number of times, but I took a lot of pictures of Israel, did blog posts on the end of days and some of the prophecies around the end of days from different religions around the world. So shared information about that, shared pictures, shared videos from Israel. And again, those videos are on this channel if you want to see Jerusalem, for example. And again, tangential things that will attract readers who enjoy this type of religious thriller. So to get attention, the key is be useful or interesting. If you are doing non-fiction, be entertaining, regardless of the genre that you want to do. You can be inspirational and also visual. Always think visual, so pictures are really good, that type of thing. And the thing is, if you get some attention, then the next one is interest. Now, all of us see things that fly by. If you just scroll through an Instagram feed or scroll through Twitter or Facebook or whatever, you're going to see lots and lots of things, and you will stop at the things that you think are interesting. And then what happens next? Well, you subscribe, you follow, you click, you like, you do whatever that particular medium enables you to do so that you can find that person next time. And that's the next step. So you don't just want people to go, oh, that's a nice picture. You want them to click on your profile. And then a few things happen when they click on your profile. So make sure that you include an image. I really think an image of yourself is important because people connect with people. So your profile should be enough that people know whether or not they're interested. For example, if I see something interesting and I click through and the word writer is in the profile or author or something that demonstrates they're in the world of books, then I am likely to follow them or like it or whatever. If the photos are things that I really like, so for example on Instagram, I'm at JF Penn author on Instagram, and I love medical anatomy museums, which I know is a little weird. If you've read my book Desecration, you'll understand. But basically, I love tattoos. I don't have any myself, but I love looking at pictures of tattoos. So the different things that I like on Instagram are completely different to what I like on Twitter. And that's something to think too. So you're attracting people's interest, and then they hopefully will click on your bio and they will see something they like. So my bio on Instagram at JF Penn author is completely different to my bio on Twitter at The Creative Penn, because I use them for different brands. Hopefully you only have one brand. But there you go. So once you've got their interest and you've put good things in your bio, the other thing hopefully you will have on your bio is a link to your website and perhaps your email sign up. So for me, the free author blueprint, if you go to thecreativepenn.com/blueprint, then you will find that, and that gets you on my email list. And the same with JF Penn. If you go to jfpenn.com/free, you can get a free thriller. And in that way, that will, you'll be on that email list. So your aim with social media is not just to keep people on social media and say, buy my book, buy my book. It's to attract people, get them to see you, to notice you, and then to be interested enough to follow, subscribe, click, and know who you are next time, and then start seeing your feed more regularly. And this is where it's also important. You do not want to say buy my book all the time, because the people who then become interested in you will see your feed regularly. So, and if you don't understand that, then you need to kind of join some of these social media groups. I don't think you should use them unless you are, or I don't think you should use them for marketing unless you're using them yourself for personal reasons and like for enjoyment. So I love Twitter. It's like where I find friends as well as do marketing. So once you have the interest, the next one down is desire. So desire is wanting something, basically. And the aim is that if someone has been following you on Twitter for a while, or following your Instagram pictures, or clicking through, and then they see you have a book. So someone's on my Instagram channel and they're like, oh, pictures of Israel, that's interesting. Oh, there's a picture of Joanna with End of Days, I guess that looks interesting, and then they might click through to the book. And so this is where it becomes a difficult to measure way of marketing, and it's more of a brand awareness type of marketing than a direct click to buy. So if you send out a tweet right now, it's very unlikely that you're going to have loads of sales based on people clicking that link. You might do that over your launch period, but mainly your aim is that getting attention, getting people interested enough to join your email list or to start following you. And then when you do have something to share, then they have a desire to actually click through to find out more. Social media to me is also about the know, like and trust idea. It's just if people get to know you over time, and hopefully you feel that with my videos, you're starting to get to know me if you've watched a number of them. Then if they like you enough, if they trust you, if you think that they are being authentic, then when they have something to offer, you might buy it because you're interested, you want to support them, you want to know more about what they think, and that is how a relationship develops. So that's the social aspect aspect of social media as very much being a person. It's like you're a human, they're a human, you have things in common, you're an author, whatever you're writing hopefully will touch people in some way. And then the final thing is action. So AIDA, A is action, A is clicking the buy button, A is money that comes from them to you, and that might take a long time. So, I mean, maybe some of you have been following this channel for years, or following me on Twitter for years, or listening to my podcast for years and have never bought anything. And that's fine. I'm completely happy with that. And that will happen for probably 90% of the people who follow you on social media, or maybe even more, 99%, who knows. But there will be certain people who resonate enough with you that they want to take it further. They want to take action. They want to buy your book. They want to buy your course. They want to support you on Patreon. They want to do whatever, buy your course. And thus, social media can sell books. So it's so interesting because when I meet people who, you know, end up being quite significant in terms of my business, you know, I'll say, so how did you find out about me? And often people don't remember. They're like, oh, maybe I met you on Twitter first, or maybe I found you on Instagram, or started listening to your podcast. And once you have this ecosystem, to me, social media becomes a way to amplify a relationship or amplify your content. It's not just a passive channel where you are push. It is a relationship channel, and whichever social media platform you choose, you can use it in this type of way. So remember that AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. The other way to use social media, which is quite interesting, is connecting with influencers. So instead of directly trying to attract, end customers, so for us it would be readers, you would be thinking, okay, so what about book bloggers? How about I use social media to meet and interact with book bloggers? Or if you're a speaker, then maybe think about who's booking the speakers or other speakers on the network who might not be your people who pay you, but they will help you get work. So there are lots of different ways that you can use social media. You just have to be very clear on the target market that you're looking at, how you can attract them by being useful, entertaining, informational, inspirational. Be consistent over time. So don't just get on Instagram tomorrow and expect to have thousands of followers and that to sell all your books. And you know, just really think about it as a social way and a longer term investment. So I hope that's helped you today. Please do subscribe to the channel if you'd like more craft and business tips for your writer's journey. You can also leave a comment or a question. I would really love that, so I know what else you want to hear about on the channel. Okay, happy writing, and I'll see you next time.